Of hope and love, of peace and justice, of wholeness and healing. Come in where we welcome the certain and the seeking, the long-timers and the newcomers, the beloved and the brokenhearted. All of you can find a home here at Throop, where we go love the world from the heart of Pasadena and from the heart of our homes. Good morning to our friends joining us on live stream. Today in worship, we want to especially lift up and celebrate any among you who identify as fathers or grandfathers or uncles or guardians or in some way tend to people in your life, parents. And we also want to lift up that next Sunday is our annual Big Gay Sunday at Throop, brought to you by our Queer Affinity group. You're all welcome to come back and show up in your rainbow colors. And if you're new to Throop, we love to stay in touch with you. We ask you to fill out an info card that you'll find in the back of the pew and hand it into an usher a little later in worship. And each Sunday, we are reminded that each one of us are lights in the world, and the flame from our chalice symbolizes and reflects that light.
Our time together in worship is intimately connected with our daily lives. As a symbol of that connection, we light our chalice with a flame from our candles of hope and witness. May the flame remind us that for each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. May we hear our names within that song, filled with possibility, joy, and celebration. We light a second candle to honor the people and ancestors whose lands we now occupy. The land under and around Throop is the unceded land of the Gabrielino Tongva Band of Mission Indian people. May this knowledge and awareness lead us into dismantling systems of supremacies and oppressions. We light a third candle symbolizing our watershed, the Arroyo Seco. May their waters continue to nourish life in our communities. We take a moment of silence, holding all of these in our hearts.
And as we continue gathering together, we sing our opening hymn, We Are, number 1051 in the teal hymnal. And we invite you all to rise and sing out as body and spirit allow, number 1051.
For each child that's born, morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandfather's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreams. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage and fathers of time. We are daughters of dust and the sons of great vision. We're sisters of mercy and brothers of love. We are lovers of life and the builders of nations. We're seekers of truth and givers of faith. We are makers of peace and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandfather's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreams. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God.
Take a moment, turn to your neighbor, and welcome them into worship.
each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's prayers. We are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage and fathers of time. We are daughters of dust and the sons of great visions. We're sisters of mercy and brothers of love. We are lovers of life and the builders of nations, seekers of faith and keepers of faith. We are makers of peace and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are.
Robin Wall Kimmerer, Potawatomi botanist and author, writes about the power of names. In indigenous ways of knowing, all beings are recognized as non-human persons, and all have their own names. It is a sign of respect to call a being by its name, and a sign of disrespect to ignore it. Words and names are the ways that we humans build relationships, not only with each other, but also with plants. You have summer homework for me. And your homework is to start looking at, if you don't already do this, to begin looking at the non-human beings and plant life that are around you, that are your neighbors, to think of them not as it's, but to start thinking of them as he or she or they, or even the pronoun ki, ki, which is one Robin Wall Kimmerer suggests in an On Being interview. When you pay attention to the non-human and plant life around you, are you able to discern the names that they may be calling themselves? And as we think about the abundance of life all around us, I invite you to share with me our true promise to our planet. You'll find that in our order of worship. As members of the family of living beings on earth, we are guided by the Unitarian Universalist principle of respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. With hearts filled with love for it, eyes nurtured by its beauty, and minds ruminating on ways to protect its sacred and scarce resources, we promise to nurture the well-being of all life and of the planet itself.
Our responsive reading today is Mitochondrial Gift by Julian Jamaica Soto. The congregational response is, "May simple joy infuse our days." If we can practice that once together, please.
May simple joy infuse our days.
Our history is always with us. Across organisms, offspring receive a maternal inheritance, DNA. Strands of instructions twisted together and reaching into the future. What is the secret tucked in the folds of tiny parts of cells? How does that legacy keep us alive? We are each and all holding a gift of humanity, fragile, wrapped in tissue. May simple joy infuse our days. We are connected by those gifts, generation after generation, failure after new attempt, dream upon dream, creation from disaster. I know, you're just not sure about your place, about this time, about what, if anything, is possible. Just try to remember that people have built splendid new futures from much less than the magic and the bequest of life you now hold. May simple joy infuse our days. The world is waiting for your gifts, an invitation. Do not blame yourself for being wonderful. There is no shame in this. You must instead expand and understand the destiny of your inheritance. The here, the now, the you. You must fly. May simple joy infuse our days.
Thank you. And this morning's lesson is Alma and how she got her name, and we're so pleased to have Kate and Aurelio bring us today's story. Alma, Sofia, Esperanza, Jose, Pura, Candela had a long name. Too long, if you asked her.
My name is too long, Daddy. It never fits.
Come here. Let me tell you the story of your name. Then you decide if it fits. Sophia was your grandmother. She loved books, poetry, jasmine flowers, and of course, me. She was the one who taught me how to read.
I love books and flowers. And you too, Daddy. I am Sophia.
Esperanza was your great-grandmother. She hoped to travel, but never left the city where she was born. Her only son grew up to cross the 7 seas. Wherever her sailor son went, so did Esperanza's heart.
The world is so big. I want to see it. You and me together. I am Esperanza.
Jose was my father. He was an artist with a big family, like many people had back then. Early each morning, he walked to the mountains and the plazas to paint everyday life. Sometimes I went along. Your grandfather taught me to see and love our people.
I wake up early every day, and I draw a lot too. I am Jose.
Pura was your great aunt. She believed that the spirits of our ancestors are always with us, watching over us. When you were born, she tied a red string around your wrist, a charm to keep you safe.
I am Pura.
Candela was your grandmother. She always stood up for what was right.
I am Candela. I love the story of my name. Now, tell me about Alma. Where does that name come from?
I picked the name Alma just for you. You are the first and the only Alma. You will make your own story. Alma, Sofia, Esperanza, Jose, Pura, Candela.
That's my name, and it fits me just right. I am Alma, and I have a story to tell.
What's the story of your name? And what story would you like to tell? Thank you so much, Kate and Aurelio, for bringing us today's lesson. And each Sunday in service, the youngest among us go to Kids Dig In, where they honor and celebrate the stories behind their names. And we have a practice of singing them into their program. The words for that are in the order of worship.
For you shall go out in joy. For you shall go out in joy and come back in peace. And come back in peace. For you shall go out in joy. For you shall go out in joy and come back in peace. And come back in peace. Blessed
And we hear again from Robin Wall Kimmerer, who ponders the names that mosses may give themselves. She wrote, "A good number of rocks around here have names, and people use them for reference points all around the lake. Chair Rock, Gull Rock, Burnt Rock, Elephant Rock, Sliding Rock. Each name calls up a story and connects us to the past and present of this place every time we say it. My daughters, being raised in a place where they simply assume that all rocks have names, they've christened their own. Bread Rock, Cheese Rock, Whale Rock, Reading Rock, Diving Rock. The names we use for rocks and other beings depends on our perspective, whether we are speaking from inside or outside the circle. The name on our lips reveals the knowledge we have of each other, hence the secret, sweet names we have for the ones we love. The names we give ourselves are a powerful form of self-determination, of declaring ourselves sovereign territory. Outside the circle, scientific names for mosses may suffice, but within the circle, what do they call themselves?
Call me by my name, know me in my truth. Trust the sacred flame that burns in me and you. Listen to my song. I'm gentle and I'm strong, with the love I can't contain. Won't you call me by my name?
Tell me who you are, let your truth be known. Cast away your fear, for you are not alone. Share your hopes and dreams, together we'll be free to rejoice with all our hearts. Won't you tell me who you are? As we come to learn the gifts we each can give, we offer up in turn a better way to live. The stories that we share will show us how to care. You can help me do my part when you tell me who you are. You can fill the void with grace when you call me by my name.
This church is ours, and we support it through our many gifts of time and talent and treasure. We take this moment to give space for a financial contribution to our congregation. You can make a gift online. The ways to do that are in the order of worship, or you can make a gift here in the room. And if you're a first-time visitor, we ask that you let the offering plate pass you by. Our morning offering will now be gratefully received.
Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the restless refuge of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the restless refuge of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I reach my lamp beside the golden doors.
Jen, thank you for leading us in a prayer through song. And we take this moment to lift up gratitude for all of those supporting today's worship service. We thank Taryn for running the live stream, Barbara and Spencer for serving as our greeters and ushers. I'd like to thank Nathan for being our lay reader, Kate and Aurelio for your beautiful telling of today's story. I'd like to thank Faith with our children's program. Tom, Coffee and Conversation host, welcome back. We missed you. It's good to have you back with us. I'd like to thank Malcolm, choir, and your individual and shared voices for lifting up worship today and singing right into our hearts. Thank Jessica, our new office manager, for all of her administrative support throughout the week. And finally, I lift up words of thanks for Denise, who organized yesterday's protest sign making and organized not only our church, but a whole lot of people from the city of Pasadena. We had over 120 people who came here yesterday and made signs and then walked up together to the No Kings protest in Pasadena, and well over 30 of those were people from our congregation. It was good to be together and use our beautiful church in that way. So thank you, Denise. Thank you all who showed up and were part of that. And as we pause in recognition for all of the ways we support our Throop community life, I invite you to share those words of gratitude that you'll find in the order of worship. With gratitude for the ministries of the church, and embolden us to love the world, we bless our offering and the many gifts we share.
I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light.
I am not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. I am light.
And holding that knowledge that each of us are light and share that light with the world, I invite you to take a gentle breath in together. And to exhale. And to take a gentle breath in. It has been yet another week in which we have held and navigated so much. We take a breath out together, feeling a sense of gratitude that for the moment we are safe together in the stillness and sureness of this community. Breath of life and breath of love in this time of unrest, of fear, of silencing. Let us remember that each of us brings light into spaces where the light has not yet reached. We live in a world that teaches us fear is power, that resistance won't make a difference, that dissent is somehow unpatriotic. Undo those lies in us. Teach us to see beyond the borders of nation, race, and creed. Grant us the courage to resist the drumbeats of war. Remind us to slow down and see the whole and holy person in front of us. Bless those who speak truth in the face of empire, even when they are handcuffed for doing so. Make us a faithful people in a world unraveling. And for all that is our life, we give our thanks and praise. Amen.
Your children are not our children. They are the sons and daughters of light, longing for itself. They come through you, but they are not from you. No, you're not from you. They are not to you. You can give them your love, but not your thoughts. They have their own thoughts. They have their own thoughts. You can give them their bodies, but not their souls, cause their souls are in a place of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You can visit them, but you cannot make them just like you. Strive to be like them, but you cannot make them just like you. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life, longing for itself. They don't come to you, but they not come through. They are like you, they are just to you. You can give them your love, but not your thoughts. They have their own thoughts. They have their own thoughts. You can give them their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls are in a place of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You can strive to be like them, but you cannot make them just like you. Strive to be like them, but you cannot make them just like you.
In Unitarian Universalism, when we welcome a new baby into our community, we celebrate this big moment with a naming or child dedication ceremony. Sometimes these take place during a Sunday morning worship, and sometimes they take place as smaller, private family affairs with family and loved ones joining in person and on video. When a child is dedicated here at Throop, we as a church community dedicate the child with these three intentions. 1, honor the inherent worth and dignity of this whole and holy being. 2, we express our ongoing commitment as a congregation to be supportive and loving of this child and family. And 3, we express our deepest desire that this baby be who and what he, she, or they are meant and need to be in the world. The ceremony includes blessing the baby or child with symbols from the 4 elements, a sprinkling of water on their forehead, calling in a blessing that any tears shed will be held by those who love them, and for water to soothe their soul. Feeling the air through our collective breath, calling in the blessing of knowing a good laugh, and that they find their own voice through song and whispers and shrieks. Looking at the fire of our chalice, we call in a blessing of the warmth of community and that it inspires a commitment of love and justice. And then finally, touching our earth through a bundle of lavender from our Throop Learning Garden, calling in a blessing of beauty and a reminder that our earth provides all we need. The dedication includes spoken blessings for the baby from parents and godparents, and there is a celebration of that baby or child's name. We hold up the baby, say its full name, and an explanation of where that baby's name comes from and why it's important to the family. Their name holds all the love and hope and aspiration and desires of the parents or guardians or chooser of that name for that one tiny being. They hope that they live a full and meaningful life, a life in which they are loved and cared for, and a life in which they love and care for others in return. Jeff Chu, a gay Christian writer, writes on the power of naming in his culture. Chu writes, in Chinese culture, names are usually ambitious. They reflect the elder's desires for your life, and they connect you to something beyond the individual, the family as well as spiritual realms. My Chinese name is Tian Wei, which means heavenly wisdom. My grandfather, a Baptist preacher, chose that name as a prayer for my life. And although a child's given name may hold deep sacred meaning to the parents or others who chose that name, who bestowed it, today, we also acknowledge the possibility that that name given at birth, it may not be the name that eventually holds and expresses all the identities and truths, all of the hopes and desires and dreams of that baby as it moves into adulthood. A person may discern a different name that better sings out a prayer for their life. And this church should understand that, because this church has undergone our own evolution of names in our almost 139 years of existence. Founded in 1886 as the first Universalist parish of Pasadena, by 1923, when they celebrated the completion of this building, they were ready to give themselves a new name. And they did so to honor one of their founders, Amos G. Throop, and his many contributions to this congregation and to the city of Pasadena. So they were known as Throop Memorial Church. And then by the early 2000s, leaders or people here decided that they needed now an updated version of Throop Memorial Church, and they started calling themselves Throop Unitarian Universalist Church, or sometimes shortened to Throop. And now I have come upon a name that I believe holds all of the essence and possibility and dreams and hopes of this congregation. It is Throop, with a silent H, an invisible exclamation mark at the end, and the T leans gently, sometimes more than that, over to the left. Right? Don't we need that on a sign? Names matter. Our names are made up of so many labels and layers. They relate to our sense of belonging, of how we come to know ourselves and how we present ourselves to the world. Ask anyone who has chosen a name for themselves, and they will likely tell you with 100% clarity that the act of choosing their own name was for them, to quote Robin Wall Kimmerer from earlier in worship, it was a powerful form of self-determination, of declaring themselves sovereign territory. For someone who, for whatever reason, decides to choose a new name for themselves, they choose that name with love and hope and aspiration and desire, a prayer for the rest of their life. I spent the first 50 years of my life with a last name that never totally felt like mine. I was born with the last name of my biological father, and then about 7 years later took on the name of my adopted father. Then a few years after that, I was followed by a married name that I shared with my son for many years. And then a second marriage and yet another last name. And then finally, I realized I have a chance to choose a name for myself. And I chose my mother's maiden name, a name that links me to my mom, who died in the year 2000, who links me to her mom, who died in the year 2007, those moms before them, a name that finally feels fully my own, that when I write it down, I feel a thrill to see it, to hear someone use that name. I feel like, yeah, that's me. That is a prayer for my life. Landers. At Throop, in addition to a child dedication ceremony, we also have a ritual for someone who changes their name as part of a gender transition. And this ceremony is a sacrament of this church. The person sheds their old name, and we as a church community bless and celebrate the new name that they will carry. We understand that new name as a prayer for their life. We understand it as a powerful form of self-determination, of declaring themselves sovereign territory. Jeff Chu, in the Sojourner piece, goes on to reflect about names. To forget someone's name, or worse yet, to erase it, is one of the most powerful ways to dishonor them. It signals exclusion. It says, I do not see you. I do not respect you. We are living in times where we have a president and a federal administration that is actively disappearing people, silencing people's voices, erasing facts from historical record, from national park information boards, telling segments of our population, immigrants and trans folks, among others, that they are not seen, they are not respected. And our response is that we will do everything in our power, everything within our sphere of influence here at Throop, to ensure that those who are most vulnerable among us are seen and celebrated for all of who they are, that we know their names. And some of that will involve those of us that feel safe doing so, being out on the streets like we were yesterday, raising up our voices in faithful dissent. And some of that some of those acts of love and justice, they are going to happen much closer to home. Right here within the walls of this sanctuary, within the beautiful confines of our garden, where we practice together acts of love and justice by knowing and honoring each person's chosen name and the pronouns they use to identify themselves. With loving intention and care, calling each person by the name they have chosen, knowing that name to be a prayer and a blessing, not only in their life, but truly in all of our lives. And we sing together into that sense of prayer and blessing our closing hymn, number 1019, in the teal hymnal, Everything Possible. And as you rise and sing out, I invite you to do so really with the spirit that yes, indeed, everything is possible, and we will make it so.
We've cleared off the table, leftovers saved, washed the dishes and put them away. I've told you a story, tucked you in tight at the end of your knockabout day.
As the moon sets sail to carry you to sleep over the midnight sea, I will sing you a song no one sang to me. May it keep you good company.
You can be anybody you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads, and I know that I will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose your special ones. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done.
There are girls who grow up strong and bold. There are boys quiet and kind. Some race on ahead, some follow behind. Some go in their own way and time.
Some women love women, some men love men, some raise children, some never do. You can dream all the day, never reaching the end of everything possible for you. By taunts or games, but
See the Spirit's true. If you give your friends the best part of yourself, they give the same back to you.
you can be anybody you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads, and know that I will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose your special ones. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done.
And take the hand or elbow of someone near you in the pews. and our chalice and candles are extinguished, we carry their light with us into our days. May you know your name. May you know your existence. May you know your whole and holy self to be the blessing and prayer that it is in the world. I love you all. Go out and love the world. Amen and blessed be.